welcome to the Tavern Chat podcast. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar. With me is Rach.
Hello.
It's a Friday night. We're going to be giving you an episode of Gamer's Health. This is going to be a little bit different than a regular Gamer's Health. I'm not going to be throwing any recipes out there right now. Although I will say the omelets have been slamming recently. Mm-hmm. But, I'm going to start out with...
low-carb bagels.
Yes, low-carb bagels, low-carb donuts. Low-carb donuts.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give the information now on the blog side and that stuff, I guess. But here's the deal. So, Tuesday I went for a cardiac MRI. I didn't even know there was a special MRI for that crap. Because my cardiologist, not my heart failure specialist, but my regular cardiologist, wanted to get a more accurate reading of my heart function. Because they were getting anywhere from above 55% to 40%. Under 40 is where you get diagnosed with congestive heart failure. That's where your heart can't keep up with the fluids that are in your system. That's what gave me 60 plus pounds of water to piss out in the hospital. So, like I said, it was like over 55% when I was hospitalized last month. It was 40% last week at my doctor's office. So he wanted the cardiac MRI. The cardiac MRI puts my ejection fraction, that's what it's called, ejection fraction at 46%, which is probably where it was before all this shit happened. Because remember, my heart was damaged from chemo and radiation from the treatment for Hodgkin's. So when the surgeon asked me if I had how many heart attacks I'd had, I didn't need to have any to have heart damage, but we're doing good with that. Now, I'm going to toss the ball to Rach, because Rach has a pretty exciting update.
Yeah. I started my 300-hour yoga teacher training this evening, and it was pretty cool. We learned some, they, gave us like the, expectations and different stuff like that, and then they also, we were just doing assessments of each student, and, some of what their physical situation is. So, like, something I learned about myself is that somehow I'm right-handed and more aware on my right side, and then I'm less aware, but my left is more dominant. My left will do a lot of things, will lead often. So, thought it was kind of interesting. Like, sprains and, more breaks, broken bones have happened more so on my left side. So, kind of interesting to look at the patterns of that stuff and, get some insight into, your own body, as you go through this process of, like, working with other people with it. So,
definitely.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And part of it I find surprising is I'm a lefty. And as a lefty, most lefties are partially ambidextrous to some extent, because we are in a right-handed world and we have to compensate. So I write lefty, I shoot lefty, but I throw righty, throw a frisbee lefty or righty, throw darts are left, but I bowl righty, I bat righty. So it's very all across the board, because like I said, as a lefty, you're in a right-handed world and you learn to compensate a lot of ways. So,
and another interesting thing, I learned that I have very loose joints, and I never realized this. Like, they have you like move your arms in a certain way, or like you raise them and you just let them go down, and then it's like, wow, your joints still fidget and move around. So, it's that you have loose joints, and so these are conditions that are just congenital, just the way that different bodies are made. So, just to be able to know that about myself, the fact that I have really loose joints is something that would make me more prone to having injuries, in yoga or physical activity. So yeah,
Interesting.
all things to watch out for, and things that you can plan around with, like different accommodation,
You
like
compensate,
using the
yeah.
wall or blocks or different things like that. So kind of cool.
Now, the other thing that we did is last Friday, I was all psyched, and I was like, oh, look at that Peloton bike. Now, you've all seen the commercials for Peloton. Here's the deal with Peloton. The bike is, I think, $39 a month or so, maybe more, depending on which. They came out with the new, like, Peloton 2.0, what the fuck it is. And you still got to pay $39 a month for the Peloton membership. Now, there's a digital membership where it doesn't work with the exercise equipment of theirs, but you can still do the yoga classes. You can use your own stationary bike, which I had been doing, and that's like $13 a month. But if you want the full Peloton experience, you're talking $80 a month until that bike is paid off. So I did a little research, and what I found is iFit does something very similar to Peloton, but iFit offers basically free equipment. Yes, you can get other than their basic choice, but their basic choice is pretty good. So in our case, it was the Smart Power 10.0. Now, for the cost of your membership fee plus tax, so $39 is like $42 a month for 3 years. I've got the bike and I get the classes. So, bike came today. I met the FedEx guy outside, and he was just like, "Yo, you mind if I leave it in front? Because I have a stoop. You have to climb up about
Like 8-10 steps.
Oh yeah, no more than that. I
Yeah.
think it's like 6 and 6. But in any case, so I had to call Rachel down, and we had to actually unpack this unassembled bike on the sidewalk to bring it in. It is a heavy fucking bike. It is.
It's all the wheel in the front.
Yes, it's like a like a gravity wheel. But here's the deal. It's a very solid bike. It comes with a set of dumbbells, believe it or not. It comes with the monitor for the interactive. So we brought it into the house, left it. Thank God my parents were away. We left it downstairs and basically in the downstairs hallway in a bunch of pieces. Of course, Rach had her class tonight from 6 to 9, and this got delivered at like 5:40. So right before this podcast, we brought the pieces up and assembled it, and it took just about 2 hours to assemble it. I have it all done, except for the little plastic cap on the front of this bike to hide some of the wiring, and it looks impressive. It really does.
It is a very sassy piece of furniture. Not just furniture, but active furniture or whatever. It's not going to have clothes hanging on it.
No.
You know?
No,
it's just too pretty and too, like, wow, we use it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's too sweet.
And here's the thing, folks. As I told my friend Kenny, if you're listening to this, I told Kenny, and Kenny is the person that introduced me to gaming back when we were in junior high school. I said, I've been using the exercise bike that I have, but I've had that for a while. The incentive to use it is my health, obviously, but sometimes the additional incentive of an investment brings out the best. I'm investing in my health. I'm investing in Rachel's health.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, it's got to be pretty good if I'm willing to do cardio.
Yeah.
I don't really dig panting and that kind of thing unless it's, I don't know.
So, and could I have splurged and gotten a Peloton? Sure, but
it's also looking at what you care about. You know, I don't think we cared about being on the leaderboard to the the competition stuff that brings.
With the iFit, you're not going to be logging in with like 60 other people and going, "Oh, good, I placed 39th. I placed second in my age group." I don't give a fuck. The only person I'm in competition with is my health.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in competition with some schmuck halfway across the world. Couldn't give a fuck. All right? I'm doing this for my health, and the support of other people in the community is great.
Yes.
And I'd like to, if any of the rest of you are going to be doing something like this, I'd love to compare notes. We're going to be getting Joe the lawyer on this show to talk about health as a gamer, what Joe's doing to improve his health. And that'll probably be next week if all goes well. This week, between Rachel's yoga and this fucking bike, it wasn't happening. But I'm going to work this bike tomorrow. When Rach has her class, I will be silently pedaling along whatever path they have it. Now, this is cool because when you have the video going, when they got the class going, if they have you going uphill, it adjusts the tension automatically. So
yeah, that's the exciting part. The instructor on the video will say, we can take it up a notch, and then it'll like go with more resistance. It'll adjust it for you.
So it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
you don't have to fuss much.
No. So that's the update. Still been. Listen, have I been perfect with my eating? No. We had.
Oh boy, we had McDonald's one night.
We had pizza tonight.
And then we had
Mexican
food
from a real Mexican, not the Taco Bell shit.
A real taqueria.
Yeah.
And so, I didn't behave with the chips. I acted out with the chips. It was a long day with work, and it's like chips and guac. You just keep going, and it's gone, and then, you don't have to worry about it anymore.
If it's gone.
But, the scale showed me the error of my ways.
Well, here's the thing though. Since I've gotten on the Jardiance, I'm no longer taking the Humalog, the insulin. I'm only taking the Lantus 6 units once per day at night. My blood sugar has been, I think over the last 2 weeks. Over the last week, it's averaging like 133, which is like, holy shit. It's like half of what it was 3.5-4 months ago. So, God bless. Folks, we're in the midst of a pandemic. It might be winding down in some areas and ramping up in others. Use your common sense. You want to keep yourself healthy, your friends, your family, your loved ones, your community. Aside from that, be safe, be well, God bless, roll those dice. And God willing, I'll be back with you all tomorrow. Good night, folks.
Good night. Thanks for listening.
Yep, we're going to be watching The Boys Season 2 now. Woohoo!